Russian glide bomb attack kills 13 in Zaporizhzhia. In one of the deadliest single attacks in recent months, Russian forces launched a devastating glide bomb strike on the city of Zaporizhzhia, killing at least 13 civilians and injuring over 30 others. The January 8 attack has drawn widespread condemnation as Ukraine reels from its impact. According to Ukraine's Ministry of Interior, 2 glide bombs were dropped on a densely populated area in Zaporizhzhia. The bombs detonated in close proximity to crowded civilian spaces, causing widespread destruction. The explosions were designed to cause maximum casualties, stated a spokesperson for the Ukrainian government. This attack once again highlights Russia's disregard for civilian lives. Images from the scene show charred vehicles, crumbling buildings, and rescuers pulling victims from the rubble. Videos circulating on social media depict the chaos following the blasts, with civilians and emergency responders scrambling to save lives amidst flames and debris. President Volodymyr Zelensky condemned the strike, calling it a brutal act of terror. "This is not the action of a nation at war with an army, but an act of violence targeting ordinary people," Zelensky said in a statement. "The world must recognize the full extent of Russia's atrocities." The city of Zaporizhzhia, home to hundreds of thousands of residents, has long been a target of Russian airstrikes. This recent attack represents a tragic escalation, with officials describing it as the most lethal in months. The attack comes as the conflict in Ukraine nears its 3rd year. Russia's use of glide bombs, which are highly precise and capable of striking at long distances, has increased in recent months. Analysts suggest that Moscow is escalating its targeting of civilian infrastructure to undermine Ukrainian morale and stability. International reactions have been swift. The European Union and United Nations both issued statements condemning the attack, with calls for accountability. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken reiterated America's support for Ukraine and announced an additional $1 billion in aid, including advanced air defense systems to counter future strikes. Situated just 35 kilometers from the frontline, Zaporizhzhia remains one of the most vulnerable urban centers in Ukraine. Despite repeated airstrikes, the city has continued to function as a critical hub for Ukrainian military and humanitarian efforts. However, with the intensification of Russian aerial attacks, officials fear the situation could deteriorate further. Humanitarian agencies are struggling to address the immediate needs of those affected, including providing medical aid and temporary shelter for displaced families. The Zaporizhzhia bombing underscores the growing brutality of the conflict and the human toll it continues to exact. As Ukraine braces for further attacks, the international community faces mounting pressure to act decisively in supporting Kyiv and holding Moscow accountable.